my own. That's something, right?
Period. She's like, we're cutting here. We're not getting copyrighted. Imagine. Shut it. Imagine like, right? Put tape over her mouth.
That's all they let me. It's like, right?
No. Welcome back to Thickmas.
Oh, fucking thick as shit. Like, right?
So we were gonna do. By the way, I'm gonna say it since you forgot. It's episode 39. Bitch, the one time I don't say it. Or do you want to say it? You say it. Welcome back, you guys. Episode 39. What's up, you guys?
Hola, hola, hola.
Yeah,
We
Eliza
have-
Peach. Eliza
We
Peach
have the
doesn't-
peach here.
No,
We have the peach here.
we love her.
I thought you said we have the peach instead of Eliza Peach.
We have Eliza Peach in the building.
We have the peach in the flesh.
The queen of the peaches.
We love her. Guys, we were actually gonna. Okay, so it's a Friendsmas / Skinnymas / Thickmas. Thickmas it is. So we were actually gonna have quite a few of us. We were gonna have Elizabeth, Peter, and Lupita. But Lupita actually got snowed in because she's goals. It's funny because she's only like an hour away, but you know, she's up the hill. So I believe it was like starting to snow and she didn't want to get stuck. So we were like, girl, you're fine. Stay home. Yeah. And then Peter texted us this morning. He's sick.
Oh, I know. This will be Peter today. I miss you, Skinny.
He's the pillow. Hi, Peter. Hey, girl, you look so skinny. I can't even see you.
But yeah, he's sick, guys. So Peter had to not be
Get well
here.
soon.
Get well, Skinny.
Oh my god! And then also we were gonna have like the whole white elephant. Yeah, we were going crazy with this Thickmas episode, but it is now just the three of us. But we're still gonna have a blast, and we still have some amazing topics to touch base on.
Yes,
period.
Some really, really good topics today.
Yes, really good topics. And we also can't forget we got some pizza over there that I'm eyeing, and I'm trying to
some
eat.
crazy bread, mama.
Which we did get pizza, huh? We really did get pizza, you guys.
The crazy bread, like it smells.
Can
like,
we start with the crazy
sexo.
bread? It smells crazy. Give a little review.
A ver, huele
Let's
sexo.
get a little taste
Huele
test.
sexo esta cosa, we should probably get a napkin. Oh my gosh.
Let me have a taste test. Here.
We need a taste test for sure.
Here, let's hand one to
here.
Crystal. Gorge. Do you want a piece of crazy? Yeah.
She's like,
I've had enough today.
She's like, if you call my name one more time today.
Here, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Mama.
Sorry. You gave me the napkin. I didn't even give it to her. Yeah, everybody was hungry today because we actually started a little late. Elizabeth pulled up. It's like a small beak for Karina. Like, why? No.
I ripped off mine.
I'm gonna skip on the bread. Here, Gorge. Is it yours?
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna have pizza too.
Here. So Elizabeth showed up, and me and Myra had to do like some ad reads because we were running a little behind. And poor Elizabeth like got here hungry. She didn't even eat at home or anything. She ran here. So when she got here, like, all right, I'm ready. We were like, oh my god, we're so sorry. Like, I was still waiting on Myra to get here, and we started to do like ad reads and stuff.
I was like, I haven't ate because production told me to be ready to go at 6:30.
I was running late. But can we say something, bitch? I'm always early. This was like the first time like in a minute that I was like running late. Period. She's over here.
I don't want to interrupt you, but
she's like, but we got some pizza.
We got some pizza, mama. This is a big ass piece.
You know what this feels like when you were like, we did the pizza parties at school.
Oh, and they would give us one fucking slice,
right? You paid like $5 and got one slice. Dude, dead ass. I remember like every kid had to pay like $5, and if you did not bring money for pizza, like they would take you into another room.
Sad. Oh my gosh.
And they would put the movie, the movie with the little dogs. What is that movie called? It's like
it was different movies, no?
No, but I remember one specific. Sorry. One specific movie.
Sorry, guys. I got the biggest piece.
You're fine. With the little dogs dancing and stuff.
I forgot one of those Christmas movies. But I remember like I used to really think like, why is every kid bringing $5?
Mm-hmm.
And then they would bring like a scam, girl. It would be like literally Little Caesars, which is like $5, right?
Tragic.
Or did it go up with inflation?
It's always been $5 now.
Is it still $5? I literally want to Google this.
I don't believe it.
No. I just remember back in the day, like, you know, how many kids are in a fucking classroom? Like 20? Like, girl, where is like?
You want a slice, girl?
Where's the $200?
Yeah, literally. So, yeah. And then you would eat one fucking slice. And I remember I would, like, me hacía de la boca chiquita. Like, I would be like, oh, I would, like, eat my one slice, like, all
and you were hoping,
shit.
like, in line that you got the biggest piece because, like, you're starving.
Yeah, and I would just be hoping, like, hopefully, like, it doesn't run out. And I remember, like,
wanting to go in for. I remember this particular day, I was really trying to act like I was like not hungry like that. So I ate my one slice and I was chilling for a bit. And then I saw a few kids go get for second, so I was like, okay, here's my time. I'm gonna go get another slice.
Shine, girl.
Bitch, I pull up, the kid in front of me gets the last slice. When I tell you that was the first time I ever fought, I was scared. Like,
I threw hands that day.
I feel like freaking high school food or school food in general, bitch. Like a spicy chicken with chocolate milk and an apple, girl. What is that?
I don't know, Myra, but that spicy chicken sandwich at Serrano, they used to give us a big cup like this of ranch. And I used to dip my spicy chicken sandwich in the whole thing like this.
Iconic.
It was so good. I was definitely that fucking little girl, and I feel bad for her now. But I was always so hungry at school.
Me.
Like, it wasn't enough.
it's
It was
not
never enough.
I used to get home fucking starving.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why did they think it was okay to give us milk with a fucking burger? Like, I'm so confused.
And
But
there
that
I
shit
was with my chocolate milk, bitch.
that shit was hitting. Sometimes I'd be craving like my chocolate milk with a spicy chicken.
And the spicy chicken just so basic, like as is, like
Delicious.
sheesh.
Did you guys have like a favorite, like all time when you think of like school food, like one that you're like, this one, this is
The
one.
calzones.
The calzones.
Mine was the calzones and the spices.
Yeah.
Spices were definitely
I really, really liked when they used to do like the little the hamburger sliders, and they were like in a bag.
the king ones.
Karina,
the castle.
and correct me if
Yeah,
I'm
the
wrong,
castle
Karina,
part.
but they were even like wet, right?
Yes, they were even like soggy.
Soggy.
Because they were fresh out the microwave. Yep.
They were so fucking good.
incredible. I heard you can get those at Costco, bitch.
I could go on and on about school lunch when people were talking about how nasty it is. I'm like, bitch, I crave school lunch.
I mean,
taco pockets.
It wasn't enough.
The taco pockets.
Taco pockets, bitch.
The taco pockets.
I think my biggest complaint is just was not enough.
it
It
wasn't.
wasn't.
Bitch, the cookies that they sold for like $1. Remember those?
I don't.
The baked cookies, please, y'all.
So good. I remember those. They were delicious.
Melt in your mouth, Karina.
The fucking chocolate chip was melting in your mouth.
So good.
Me and Myra used to be. Do you remember we used to be like running late? Like the bell would ring, and like we were not worried about getting to class early. We were worried about making it to
How'd
breakfast.
you make it to before they locked the door in that cafeteria, girl?
We would be like concerned like the bell's gonna ring in 1 hour. I mean 1 hour. No, we would be concerned. We're like the bell's gonna ring in 1 minute, Myra. But it was not like we need to get to class. It was like we got 30 seconds to make it to the cafeteria, bitch. And
Bitch,
we
I'm
would go.
prioritizing my meal first because I cannot.
We used to do that.
No, because
shit.
I cannot function without food. If I'm hungry,
They
I'm
used
just
to
not
close the door at
functioning.
Montclair. I'm like, they used to close the door like that's it. Like
Yeah, so that's why we would sprint before they locked
I would be
it.
like hitting the door, like you're not gonna leave me without eating.
protesting. Let me in, bitch.
Like
I'm protesting outside.
Like aside from me being a tutor for y'all, you're leaving me without eating. That's like,
Right? Like I need my bagel now.
no, the bagel with that strip of like cream cheese.
and then
Woo!
you're like, you're eating it in class. Like,
delicious.
you get there out of breath because you were running, and then you're like,
my
eating
God.
your
You're all
bagel.
scarfing that shit down.
But you know what, guys? There's I know like. You know that you remember that memory, like out of breath, going into class, your heart's in your fucking mouth.
And you're like,
But it doesn't compare. Like I have to say this to the college out of breath.
Yeah.
Like the classes, I went to Cal Poly, so it was like it's hills, it's mountains. When I tell you that por puro milagro no me caía y muerta, is an understatement. I felt like I was about to collapse.
Are you
I
the
was
kind of
like-
person that like after you're out of breath, are you like trying to breathe controllably breathe, or you're just like letting it out? Like
It
bitch,
was
you
so
can't-
far, and then the professors used to tell me like, "Oh, like you guys can't be late. They find it disrespectful for you to walk in late. I'd rather not go to class because I know, like my heart. When I tell you, like I literally was so surprised I didn't faint one of those times.
That's crazy.
Like they were so far away. Like you would look at the map and be like, "There's no way you want me to walk this distance in 6 minutes."
Oh hell no, absolutely not.
Like it was,
was
absolutely horrible.
definitely the person. I mean, I didn't go to college, but I was definitely the person in freaking high school, like out of breath. And I didn't want to like sound like I was out of breath, so I was there like fucking struggling, bitch.
You're like,
You're like really trying to get it together, and the class is already so quiet as is, bitch. It's like, oh my god, yeah, it's embarrassing.
and then being
just
plus
funny.
size.
Do you
bro.
guys still? Do you guys have dreams that you guys like are in school repeating
Oh
like
my
senior year
God.
over and over?
nightmares? Yes, I didn't.
I always dream that, and I always forget my
dream that.
periods. I'm like,
what was my second class again? And I have to go to the office and tell them like I forgot my
classes.
My classes.
I do.
I have nightmares like that for college. I'll be like, I don't have my, what is it called? Like your classes?
Yeah,
like
your
your classes.
They'll tell me I've had nightmares where they'll be like, you should have taken this one to graduate, this credit.
Oh my god!
And I look at my sheet and I've had dreams where I'm like, I start crying because I didn't sign up for it. Because in college you apply for your own classes.
Yeah.
And I remember like I would wake up crying sometimes. This was like a few years ago. I was already out of college, but I'd be like, oh my god, I didn't sign up for it. And I would wake up crying and I would wake up laughing like, bitch, you're out of college.
I know. I have dreams that I'm in high school and I'm waking up every day. I'm like, I don't have to be here, but I'm here. And you're like, why am I here? It doesn't get worse than just go naked though. In your dream. Like you're there and you don't have clothes on. Like who let me? Like why are you dreaming those
The
dreams?
security letting you in.
All fantasizing over you, like what's happening here?
I'm done. That's funny, but
Those fucking securities though in the entrance, they would always send me back to the office for shorts.
did you get dress coded a lot? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like
And it wasn't even because they were short. It was because I think because I was overweight. So you could see
what
more
were
of
you
it.
wearing?
Like my shirts or my shorts. But
Actually, I have a similar experience. I remember in middle school, I used to wear like my shirts, but like this is what my mom was buying me in my size. It's just that the shirts, I don't know if they were just not long enough. I don't know. Yeah. And it was like, I'm talking like maybe like half an inch of my stomach was coming out. Bitch, I couldn't control it. My stomach was like hanging out a little bit. Like it was not that like, I wasn't wearing a crop top.
Was this like a chunky girl thing where they would stop us?
I literally would like, I remember a teacher specifically in like 7th or 8th grade. I can't remember. I just know it was middle school. It was actually my cooking teacher. And I remember she would tell me all the time, like, you need to start wearing shirts that fit. Like literally because, what? I swear. And like, I didn't see it as like her calling me fat. I saw her as like telling me like, cause I think she like to me and I was just thinking that
you were like at that stage.
No, but like, you know, she was thick. Like my belly would come out a little bit. And in my head, I used to think like, I think she thinks I'm like wearing a crop top. But no, I look at it now. I'm like, no, she was straight up saying I'm fat. And I should wear my fucking size because my belly was coming out. But I think she was just like, in her head, she was just like, you know, don't show skin.
No, she was being a bitch. Because I've had teachers tell me, and now I think about it, I'm like, pinches sinvergüenzas. I had teachers tell me all the time, tell your mom to buy you clothes that fits.
Literally, that lady literally told me that too. She was like, you need to start wearing shirts that fit you. I was like, bitch. And that's where the trauma started. Imagine.
No, yeah. And it's embarrassing because I mean, me decían like in front of the class. Like, I think because you're going to that stage where you're growing up and like, obviously as a girl, like you're not going to always wear like stuff. You're going to feel more fitted. And I remember they used to tell me and send me to the office and they would be like, you know, they would even give me like little talks like, as a chubbier girl, you're supposed to have
they would give
shirts.
you talks?
Because they thought they were chubby too.
Actually,
They thought they were doing something. They were like,
that's not right.
As us, they would be like, us chubby women, we have to.
I hate when
and
people
I
do
would
that.
be like,
That's
so
terrible.
embarrassed. I wasn't even like mad about it. I was just embarrassed.
The fact that they
That
would
is
even
so
have that
wrong.
conversation with you, like,
Yeah, I was like in middle school.
you guys
And in
know
high
that?
school me pasó mucho. In Montclair, not going to mention names, but había una señora, una chaparrita.
the
¿Cómo se
fuck?
llamaba? She was the main
know.
girl, the chaparrita.
I don't remember.
Montclair
That's
High.
crazy.
She was tiny. She used to wear a wig, I think.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. She used to stop me and tell me like, your clothes does not fit.
Why would anybody do that? Like, you know
throwing
that,
hands.
did you guys know that they actually don't even have dress code anymore? Like most schools.
What?
Jasmine's school, like you could literally go in a fucking crop top and the tiniest skirt and they can't tell you shit no more because they shouldn't be sexualizing you, period.
Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy?
The
You can
times
go in a
have
crop
changed,
top.
huh?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you look
Spaghetti shirt.
Si se te veía la raya aquí, they would send you to the office.
I never
Cleavage.
I've never
I mean,
had that
can't
problem.
relate.
No, like, yo tenía que irme, like, with my bag right here, like, pretending something, and she was already, like, waiting for me to pass to that line.
Damn.
To see what the fuck I was wearing.
Absolutely not, bitch.
But
I
yeah,
can't.
traumatizing.
That's
huh?
crazy hot. But yeah, well, I love how we just went like on the school rant.
Like, why?
Right?
So, you know, as always, we like to start off with our week. How was your week, Eliza Peach?
I just hear like the pizza.
If you guys hear me eating like a heifer,
We love her. Period.
I chew a lot and I chew fast because I'm always afraid to like choke. I'll talk about it later, but
It's all good. Yeah.
I guess it just has to do with my anxiety. I literally chew too fast because I can't let a piece like go down and not be sure. So with anxiety, it's almost like my throat like
I heard it
closes up the muscles.
So I heard it's good for your digestive system to really chew. Because sometimes I've been eating so fast, bitch. I'm like, am I even chewing enough?
Yeah,
I think about that.
like mine has to be really molido because if not, I feel like I'm gonna choke.
Whoa.
But anyways, guys, my week, I had a rough week. I'm not gonna lie.
Wings. Sorry. I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
wings.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, we have wings, guys.
Oh my god. I just want to get a wing.
My week was actually a rough week. I feel like I've had a rough week this week. I'm super anxious. I don't know why. Like my anxiety is just taking a toll. But other than that, we went to go take Nestor to watch Christmas lights. And here in Rancho, you know when se ponen like the big dude? We waited 2 hours.
I love it.
It was flabbergasting long, like 2 hours. I was like,
Imagine the people that live there.
oh my god.
Like trying to like run errands and shit, girl.
No,
Impossible.
But there's cops there and everything, like monitoring everything. Like you can't go in between the little streets. You could only go straight line. And it was so beautiful, guys. You know, like the creativeness, like people really going off. And what it was so beautiful is that I saw a lot of like phrases, like people trying to bring like some phrases are bringing like humanity back and just faith. Some signs said like, "You got this." Like.
I
Just
love that.
enjoy this season. We're trying to make it.
I love it.
And like the signs were so cute, and it, like the themes, there was a lot of Star Wars, like Frozen.
Is it still just drive through?
Yeah, it's drive through.
Before, you know how like people would walk through and they had like hot
we
chocolate.
used to go, remember?
Yeah, my cuñada actually, she lives there. She
Really?
lives in that neighborhood. She's like 2 streets down, so she doesn't like get a lot of like the. I mean, yeah, she's not like actually in the streets. But she talks about how obviously it's like intense for like in general because of traffic. But she was saying how like back then, before COVID, and I remember we went. Remember, they would sell hot chocolate, they would sell hot dogs, they would sell everything, bitch. And then they got strict with it.
I remember us going all the time, walking.
Yeah.
And
I remember.
they would have vendors and stuff, or like just for free. But I did notice a lot of houses were not like decorated, not like it used to be. But then again, I always wonder, like, is it the city that pays for their light bill? Because is this like a
I'm
city
wondering
thing?
that,
Because
girl.
they even have signs like Christmas lights turn right, like, and cops are monitoring it. I'm like, they have to be paying for their light bill.
You know what?
Right.
I would hope that.
I think they do pay them.
Yeah, I would hope that
would
the city like kind of like maybe it's like a community thing because
Maybe.
that's gotta be expensive, bitch. Especially with
think-
inflation.
I did hear it somewhere that they pay
Yeah?
for it. Yeah. Because I mean,
Okay, 'cause it's
what if you're not in
inflation,
for it
girl.
and you're like that one house in the street that ruins it for everybody? That's iconic. But there's like
Yeah.
pros and cons. Like you're that house in the street, your whole neighborhood, like iconic. But think about like, I need to go grocery shopping or any little inconvenience
chaotic.
to get out. Like, what do you even do? Bitch, I'm parking miles down.
Yeah, no, you can't. And it was so beautiful though. A lot of the owners, it's a community thing because they all had their bonfires outside. It was so cute, and they were just saying Merry Christmas. It was a really, really good experience. Aside from it being a really, really hard week, I feel like that was like it kind of eased my thoughts. It relaxed me. Nestor fell the fuck asleep. We waited 2 hours, and it was all for him, and he didn't see anything.
No,
He would be like, "Yeah, wake me up when there's a cool one," and he would go to sleep, and he wouldn't want me to wake him up. Like he just wasn't having it.
was
But
tired.
he was so exhausted. But it was so beautiful. Other than that, I did that. I packaged Hefty B. I barely caught up from like the Black Friday. I was behind, y'all. I'm sorry. But it's a small business, guys. Please bear with us, And yeah, that's what I did this weekend. It's been tough, but
Yeah.
I'm here.
I kind of wanted to touch base on. Let's talk about our weekly recaps.
Yeah.
What did you do, Myra?
What was my weekly? Oh, we launched the holiday collection.
Oh, they were so
Yeah.
cute.
We did
cute.
so many candles, like double of our biggest restock before that, and we
Really?
sold out.
Wow.
I was shocked. But
guys
it's a
did that,
very
mama.
special launch because a huge majority of the proceeds are going to be going to the NICU.
That's beautiful, Myra.
Yeah, I've already cried a million times about it, but we're actually going to where he was born. In that NICU, we're gonna go to that floor. I already told Karina, I'm like, if she wants to go with us, because
It's gonna be hard.
I'm like, I need support. But we're gonna go to. Hopefully, I don't know how like COVID restrictions are. I know they were like really bad when we were there, but hopefully they allow us to go on that floor. If not, we can give it to like a nurse or something. But my goal is to personally go room by room and like, you know, on Christmas Day and give them like each family money.
Myra,
you know.
the fact that you're doing that shows so much bravery because I know as your friend and Karina as your twin, but they don't understand how much that
It's gonna be
means to
really
you.
hard.
How much that means to you. And the fact that you're gonna do that, I mean, you are doing it beyond yourself now. Now it's for others. It's, you know, for Briancito, and it's to give back.
Yeah.
And that shows so much bravery.
Huge, Myra.
And
That's
we
huge.
actually had this conversation because like obviously like me and Brian are mind blown with the support. And I had a moment, I was like, wow, like, you know, if this is something that God and Briancito wants to bless us, thank you, but I'm gonna make sure I use it for good. Where, you know, the goal is to like, you know, to obviously be donating to like not just like NICU families, but like in general, like I was just talking about this yesterday, where we can like sometimes for certain launches, maybe we could donate to families like where they have to bury their loved ones. It's really expensive, like all those little things. But yeah, I'm like, I just like, I feel like this is all happening for a reason. And I just know, like, I mean, we lived it. I would be like mind blown if somebody had walked in and was like, oh, how can I help? Or like, you know, it's like, it's hard. And for the holidays, people are like, they're not working right now, obviously, because you're there with your baby the whole day.
They're not even thinking about the
they're
holidays.
Not thinking about that.
They're thinking about the baby.
And that's the saddest part that makes it more sad in the holidays. I'm sure there's so many bills they're backed up on and all that, you know.
Wow.
It's terrible.
Well, I'm so proud of you, Skinny. You guys.
That's amazing.
I'm
Myra.
like dreading it because I am really nervous. Like I know like even just stepping in that hospital is going to be like such a trigger, but also knowing that it's like for good, there's like some peace that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Tú eres fuerte. And you could do it.
I already told Karina, I'm like, you have to go with us,
Oh,
girl.
I'll be there. I won't go.
But
It's gonna be hard, but
It's going to be hard, but you
But
have
thank you to everyone that purchased the candle because you are helping
you're
someone
making
out.
every single one of you is making a big difference.
Wow. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, so that was like my big highlight of the week because it
week.
was something like so special to us.
Yes.
How was your week, girl?
My week was, you know, just at the warehouse. Nothing like nothing different than the last couple weeks. We just
She says it so like she's over
like,
it, bitch. I want to go home.
Slime and more slime. Isn't it?
Napkin gorge. Y'all, my fingers are like these
Dude,
wings
I have
got
to
me
eat
a little
later because I
dirty,
literally
girl.
can't eat and talk at the same time. Sorry.
but
I got sauce in my mouth.
I was like, why is it orange? Isn't it?
oh my god, I saw on TikTok. I don't know if you guys came across. I'm sure you
That's
have.
one highlight of the week for them for sure, girl.
Oh, the Rudy Valencia guy. Rudy Valencia.
Every girl's crush right now. Like, why would
Absolutely not.
I saw a meme in like the Mexican like memes, and they were like, every girl's crush. Like, why? And he was like this, like when he's leaning, like smiling.
Bye.
Why?
So if you have not seen on TikTok, there is a very viral video going around of Rudy Valencia, and he is cheating, what appears to be cheating on his girl with another woman.
With another
And
señora.
she catches
Con
them
una
in the
señora,
act.
señorona.
Like with a señora. She catches them in the act, and she puts him on blast. The woman is literally pulling up her leggings.
What was your guys' first impression when you guys came across that TikTok?
Can I just play it?
Can we play it on the screen for them?
Oh,
Let me play the
You
actual-
have to, Karina.
Wow. Qué barbaridad, Rudy Valencia. Qué asqueroso eres. Wow. Increíble, increíble. ¿Cómo se llama, señora?
I love how she really thought she was gonna respond, bitch.
¿Cómo se llama, señora? Porque esto va en el TikTok.
Sí, así. Asqueroso, no te da vergüenza. No te da vergüenza. ¿Ah?
Okay, that's not even him even trying to act like he was hurt.
He's
bitch.
like, ay, me pegaste, like,
Did he
Rudy,
literally
¿verdad?
was like, he was literally looked back and he's like, ¿Qué pasó? As this lady's pulling up her pants, bitch. Like, as her whole
he's literally
fucking
like, ¿qué
stomach is out.
pasó? He's like, ¿qué pasó? Like, I hate how men try to make us look so stupid.
Ridículo.
Huh? ¿Qué pasó? Like, this bitch over here naked and shit, like, her fucking stomach
What
out.
do you mean? And I was
Like,
¿Qué pasó? Like,
¿Qué pasó? Te la
And
estás
these are-
cogiendo, man.
these are like the worst case scenarios. Like I can't even picture like how I
God.
would have reacted.
Hold on. So
The mean bitch.
What was
No.
your guys' first reaction when watching the video?
I started fucking like, well, immediately I was like, oh shit, this woman's like pulling her pants up, and like somebody had slowed it down. That's like the first one I saw I was confused because it was like slowed down. And if you actually watch it slow down, like you can see the top of her, like her, like you can see like her little like, on
torta.
top of the torta. Yeah.
Torta.
You can see the top of it.
Did y'all see the stain?
No
on the,
tenía
on
ni
the
calzones, señora. Like,
I
no
know
tiene
she didn't.
vergüenza.
Wait, there's a stain on the seat.
seat? I saw
Shut
some
the
white stains on the seat.
Ew, don't say that.
I was
please.
like,
Rudy
what is
terminó,
going on?
¿verdad?
no.
I mean, that's if he got caught up afterwards, but I mean, it seems like they weren't finished because she was clearly like just dropped putting her pants up.
Okay, like, I get it. Like, if you were fucking horny, like, we've all been there, like, fucking at a park. I have fucked at a park myself. Like, let's be real, right? Let's be fucking real. Like, I've rolled over at a park.
daylight.
I've rolled at a park, but the
Broad
audacity
daylight.
for it to be broad daylight, bitch, it had to be like
Not
2
the
a.m. when
children.
I would go. Not the children on the swings, like, seeing that.
Oh no! You know what caught me off guard? I was so confused.
It was the outfit for me.
It was a señora for me, bitch.
It was the age difference for me. Because Rudy looks like he's like a young man.
He definitely got a type, girl.
Like, esa señora debería estar ya en casa.
That is somebody's fucking tia, like literally.
Literally, I
She
just
looked older, huh, than him. A little bit.
time. Yeah.
a little bit.
I'm trying to be
right?
nice.
No, that's what caught my attention. I was like, who is this lady? Like literally a lady. And then I was
Señorona.
like, and it wasn't clicking because the guy looks young. I was like, wait. And then I was like, this can't be what I think it is. And it was exactly that. I was like, and
no,
then
but the audacity, Myra, like,
She could be his
Audacity.
tia.
like the fact that she's qué vergüenza. Like, I was thinking, like, si algo así me pasaría, like, ay, me muero de la.
I
me
would die.
cago de vergüenza. Like, the whole stomach, bitch. Because, I mean, I'm not gonna. Let's be real. Us plus size girls, I mean, you know, girl, let's connect here. Plus size women, big girls, big mamas, BBWs. You know damn right that shit would fucking kill us. Like, I would die of embarrassment if I'm all over TikTok with my lonjotas hanging. Because, girl, you already know, like, mis lonjas everywhere. Like,
I know,
it would
oh my
be.
God.
And
I
like,
know
you
you mean.
know, I fucking believe
Already
the fucking
the-
seat being like wet. Like, already, like, it's sweaty when you're having sex. Like, I know I'd be leaving puddles, girl.
Were they leather seats? No, huh?
I think they were. They were.
Oh my god. I just know what it smelled like when she walked into that car.
She knew
That-
exactly
but,
what
like,
she was smelling.
I don't know what I would be more triggered of, like that it's a señora or like that it smells in there. Like I don't even know what would be my first trigger, bitch. I would be
Bitch, the
thrown
trigger
fuck
is her
off.
being naked with my man. Like, the nakedness and like
Oh
connecting
my
it to
God.
Ismael.
The cheating, bitch.
I would
period.
literally not have asked her, what's your name, señora? I would have rocked. Right?
was very-
like naked. Like, your stomach. Like, this is his stomach.
She was very respectful.
This is his.
She was very respectful. Like, ¿cómo se llama, señora? But she did like. I think she was like hitting him after, no? Like when she went in the car.
Oh my god.
A
Yeah.
little aggressive. I mean,
But there after that went viral, a lot came out. And it turns out
A lot of memes.
a lot of memes. And it actually turns out that the woman recording got him the way she lost him.
ooh, she was a babysitter,
Come on,
right?
take a sip.
So she was a babysitter for the kids.
So
when
his
this
OG,
guy
She
was
was
married.
a nanny mama.
so
She was a nanny.
He actually had his original baby mama.
Hold on.
He actually cheated on his original baby mama with the girl that's
Yep,
recording.
his wife.
Yeah, his actual wife. He cheated on her with a girl that's recording,
Mm-hmm.
and she's the one that did the video. So, like, in a way, like, yeah, like she lost him the way she found him. Is like, girl,
what goes around comes around, ladies. Like, please, ladies.
What's that thing they say? The apple falls.
Does-
I think that's like more like when you're related to someone, right?
I was like, wait.
No, never mind.
No, it's like karma's a bitch. Like,
Karma's real.
and then Like at first I felt bad, but
Like,
do
are
I
you
feel
shocked?
bad now? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel bad
I don't
now.
feel that bad now knowing that because I mean the
She was
original wife
pregnant.
went through
What?
she was pregnant.
Who was
when-
pregnant?
The original girl was pregnant when like she
I don't feel bad.
snatched him up. So I'm like, you know what? Like I get it. Like I feel bad for that part of you that is like so dumb. To the
She didn't feel
situation
bad
that,
for
you
the
know?
pregnant woman.
I feel like a lot of times women try to think like they're the ones that he changed for.
Mm-hmm.
Like a dog is always gonna be a dog, mama. Like he barks.
He's a
Like
dog.
he's a dog. If he's growling, he's not changing into a human. He's a dog.
First of all, if you are getting a man like that, literally like is willing to cheat on his pregnant wife with you,
oh my god.
and you think that you're gonna be the one to like
Untouchable?
change everything, and you're gonna be like, how are you that shocked? You know what
And
I
she
mean?
was like shocked. She was like, en verdad, asqueroso. And I was like, asqueroso también, asquerosa tú también, mija. Asquerosa tú también que ahí andabas, cogiéndote a uno casado.
I want the wife to come out
Yes.
and spill the tea. That's what I want because the actual woman, I did not see this coming, but the actual woman that was in the car pulling up her pants responded. Oh my god, play it.
No.
No, I haven't.
The
seen
one
it.
picking up her lonja? No, not her lonja, the one picking up her pants? Oh my god.
Yeah, her. She responded, so this is what she said.
Soy la mujer que sale en el video con Rudy Valencia. Me atrevo a hacer este video por la razón de que está siendo una situación muy mala para mis hijos. El bullying que hay ahorita con mis hijos, con mi familia en mi país, está causando demasiados estragos. Por favor, les pido de que
Nah, Maya, don't give me that face.
comentarios, todo lo que están subiendo. Si la persona que quiera saber la historia bien de lo que pasó, yo voy a subir un próximo video.
Speak your truth, girl.
She said my sound is coming out, and I don't mean my backside. I mean my real true, true story.
Okay.
She needs to tell her side. We saw it, girl. Imagine. We saw what happened.
We saw all of your sides, isn't it?
We saw all of your sides. No. We saw every inch, girl. We saw the angles.
No.
It's really fucking sad because I could see her kids, like the trauma, bitch, of seeing your mom in someone's car in the back and knowing that everybody's talking about it.
That
Everybody
is
saw
sad.
it on TikTok.
The whole children situation, and she's saying like they're
It's
being
sad.
bullied. It is sad.
Like,
And it's
not the kid's
embarrassing.
fault, but also her, like, girl, what the fuck were you even doing in broad daylight in the park cheating too? You know, because I heard she was married too.
I feel bad because I don't stand any of this fucking social media bullying. But honestly, were you thinking about his children? I could be a bitch.
No, I get it though, because she's talking about like my kids, but like, girl, like that was.
But like that was all you.
Yeah, but like it's
was
like
some shit.
there's like this side of me that I'm like just naturally gonna be like, what about his kids, you know? But then there's a side of me I'm like, no, like bullying children and bullying her, like that's too far. Like social media bullying, there's nothing more that social media bullying. There's nothing more that I hate. Like
true.
stop adding to the fucking fire. Like
Imagine
she already got
being
exposed.
her kid, like seeing that shell over TikTok, seeing your mother pull up your.
Oh my god, I can't.
her
even.
torta,
I
her
can't.
torta
dude.
on TikTok.
That is actually so. I can't.
I don't even have words.
Y luego aparte de eso, torta ahogada. Because she said there was
Because she was
stains.
wet.
Because she said there was stains, girl.
Oh my god, dude, this is so like it's so fucking crazy. Like I love TikTok.
But this is why,
man.
like, if you don't want to be caught in the act sleeping with a man that's got a girl, don't fucking sleep with a married man. Period. Or,
Y'all,
like, with
please
which y'all
get
be
a
that-
hotel.
I know we're
Get
out
a
here
hotel.
saying like the stop the bullying, but would you guys put that online if your man was?
Absolutely.
Yep,
I could see it.
I want
At least
everyone to
ask
know
the
the
man
dog
to
he
get you a
is.
fucking hotel, mama.
If you're gonna be cheating like that, at least get a fucking hotel where you're not gonna get caught up. Like dead ass.
not in front of the children,
It is just crazy. Like to me, like I saw some comments and I thought it was really funny because I'm like, yeah, true. Like Why does she look like she just clocked out of work for 10 minutes to come do that real quick? Because she looks like she's in work attire.
They look like they're rabbits. Like they're anywhere, 5 minutes, boom, te quiero agarrar aquí te voy a agarrar.
Was it like a break? Was it at work and she saw the car and she saw that shit shaking and she was like, what is happening? Or did she go to the job and they were like, oh, he's on break? She probably knew his location or something. Who knows?
She knew what she had at home because she took him from a marriage. She went out to search.
For her to go out to search and find him, I feel like she kind of already knew something was up. Mm-hmm. That's a shitty situation, y'all. It's terrible. It's fucking horrible.
Like if Ismael like already like if I knew that Ismael cheated on his wife to be with me, bitch, I'd be like this with binoculars.
I'm expecting for him to do it to me too. I would expect it, yeah. Mm-hmm. But some people are so delusional that they think that they will be the ones to change them, and it's like no. He will always be a dog, period.
But can we talk about my friend? Okay, shout out to Yesenia. Let me see.
Oh, that
she
TikTok,
made the
I saw
fucking funniest video, dude. I was flabbergasted.
The faja one. I saw it on TikTok.
The faja one.
Para que no te cachen con las manos en la masa y te graben y te expongan, así como la señora, pues enseñando tus cosas, amigas. Yo les voy a ayudar el día de hoy. Esta es la faja de la compañía de Janae, Deja Boutique, código Yesenia MUA. Mira, te la pones esta si vas a andar de prosti con tu Sancho, con un casado, ponte un vestido, ponte la faja y ya cuando van a llegar el momento de pasión, abres el zipper y ahí tienes el hoyito, amiga. Así cuando, mira, llevas a donde estás a parquear con tu...
You heard it here first. Use code Yesenia.
She said, ahí tienes el hoyito.
But you know
like,
what?
Why?
Okay. I have a lot of questions about that too because, you know, he probably want to feel all that ass. Not a cardboard. With a faja. Y'all fucking, I mean, I don't even know when was the last time I put on a faja, but
he's a dog.
When you wear a faja, are you just gonna use that whole part or are you taking it all off?
I feel like I would
in the case of wearing a faja, I'd rather just have my shirt on because I feel like I would be a little insecure for him to see my faja. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, but she was showing a full bodysuit. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
oh shit.
That's why I'm like, bitch, just take that. Well, I mean, it looks like they were on break time. I don't think she had time to even take off and put on a faja, bitch.
I mean, I think the point is just like a funny TikTok. She's pretty.
I know, but
it was a perfect way to promote the fajas.
It's hilarious. Use code Yesenia.
That's hilarious.
It was funny.
It's like she's so funny.
We're all hungry.
I literally can't fucking eat.
Take bites, girl. You're fine.
Now, I just want to know what you would do if, you know, you got your man, like literally your husband, and you're like, you know, you're like, he would never, and he would never.
They say it didn't happen how you chose him, how you lost him, or whatever.
He still busted that shit.
Still busted that shit. Back of the car where your kids most likely sit at in their car seats.
I would have to probably call Karina and you and be like, you guys need to hide me. The police is searching for me. Like, like Karina, get your people's because I need to leave the country.
Call up your lawyers, girl, because I just committed a murder.
No, honestly, like I feel like I have like, I'm like, no, like I
always think like, would I be the one to like cause chaos, or would I be like super calm about it and just be like extremely petty and do some crazy shit like on the low?
I think I would be shocked. Like,
I always like to say that I'll be like, fuck you, we're done, bye, I don't need you vibes. But deep down, I know I would be like a fucking distraught mess.
I would be
heartbroken. My world would come down. Like, I know, you know?
I would be so hurt. Mm-hmm. I feel like in that instant, I probably would be more hurt than mad. So I'll probably be super sad, and the murder would happen after.
She's like, when I come back to my senses. I've had dreams. I've had dreams of like worst case scenarios, and I'm going the fuck off.
Really?
Like in my dream, I'm literally like, how fucking dare you? Especially now, like after Briancito, after we had him. In my dream, I'll be like, you didn't just like cheat on me, you're cheating on both of us. Like, how fucking dare you?
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I'll be so mad. Like, how dare you? Like, how dare you, knowing that what we've gone through, and you still have the audacity to cheat on me?
Absolutely
yeah.
not. Yeah.
Like terrible. I feel terrible. I feel like he's
he's also like backstabbing him in my
I
dream.
have dreams like that too.
And I told Brian, I'm like, if you ever did, just know you are hurting me and Briancito. All fucking narcissist. Like, oh no.
We love a toxic.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like after you have kids, bitch, like, you're not just cheating on me, you're cheating on your whole family.
Yeah.
That part, exactly.
Yeah.
part.
Exactly.
Like, seriously. Like, I always think, even if I did that shit, I would be like, you have a family with this guy. How dare you?
Yeah.
That's how I would feel
Yeah.
about it.
I mean, let's not get too comfortable, ladies. Let's keep one eye
She's
open.
like, always have a plan B. Imagine like what?
Like, honestly, like, I'd like to think that he's mine with it, like, ever. And because I just don't see it happening. But if it did, like,
She's like, but if it did, I'm ready. You know?
like I think I'm pretty ready to go, man. Okay.
She's like, I got the Glock. I'm ready. Period. You know, like,
I got the 9. I think I'm just gonna
Like,
all aggressive.
I think you always have to have that mindset of like, worst case scenario, it happens, I'm putting up with that shit. Like, I tell Brian, I'm like, you know, I believe in my heart that you wouldn't do it, but if you did, don't think I'm gonna be crawling back to you.
Absolutely not.
I
It's
feel
not
like
gonna be that way.
I'm to an age
I'm
where
like,
I
you-
did a lot of crawling back already. So
Yeah.
when I chose to marry you, it was forever.
Yes.
So when I choose to leave you, it's gonna be forever.
You're
Yes.
like, and when I said death to his part, I meant that shit. No.
no, but I
She's like, the only difference is I ain't dying. Like, you are. I just like, why? Oh my god.
no, but I really do think about that, and I'm like, you want to make it final? Cheat on me. Like, that's it. Like, you want us to end completely? Go ahead.
I feel like it's safe to say that we all like, at least we like to think we know who we're married to.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I could definitely like see situations like, I don't know, like right now, like you mentioned like an example like of an ex. Like, do you have an ex that you're like, oh yeah, that would happen? With like the Rudy Valencia situation?
With an ex?
Yeah.
Like if they would happen?
Like you almost like see that happening?
Like any of your exes that you were like, oh, he would probably have cheated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I can see it too.
A few.
I can see it.
I definitely didn't make great choices. So I don't know.
Yeah, and the good thing is like, you know, yeah, like everyone
Oh,
wants to
for
talk to
sure, one
relationships.
stands out right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Me too.
he used to. I mean, he brought another bitch to his birthday party. He thought we would both be friends there at the same place.
Wait, hold on, what?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Wait a minute. Absolutely not.
No.
Well, it was a surprise birthday party though, but
He thought threesome. You imagine like courthouse.
he said, let me get these bitches together and have some fun.
it wasn't even his fault though, because a bitch that said she was my friend invited both of us.
Oh, he didn't invite her.
No,
Oh,
but he sure didn't fucking tell her to leave.
That's all he needed.
And
to
he
do.
danced in front of her, in front of me. And he danced with her in front of me.
Okay, now that's some shit, girl.
Absolutely not.
No, pues tú andas ahí
But I wasn't.
pendeja,
No, I wasn't with him.
you guys were
Like
talking.
none of us were like his girlfriends, but we were like talking.
That's hard.
Yeah, girl. When I
hard.
tell you, I was like, choo! I walked out like with my purse, I got it, and I like left. Like I'm a bad bitch. I don't give a fuck what you're doing, right? He's dancing. And he goes, "Where are you going?" And I like turn around and I'm like, "You
To dance with your
fucking
dad.
dog. I'm gonna go fuck your homie." I was like,
The party fucking one of her friends.
I'm kidding. He's fine. I'm kidding. He's fine. Like, why?
You should have grabbed his friend. And started
Bust the
dancing with him.
windows at her car. His car.
No.
Well, the good thing is that our mans right now that we have, I mean, I could
Our
confidently,
husbands.
I can confidently say, I mean, you just never know, right? Obviously, but I could say, like, I think I know Brian's character.
Yeah.
And I mean, will I say never? Like, I mean, I don't know that, you
Yeah.
know, because even myself, I know I wouldn't, but like,
Yeah.
shit, people really be shocking themselves sometimes. And God forbid, God forbid, because I know I wouldn't, but
God
sometimes you
forbid.
hear some crazy stories.
That's my fear. Like I tell his man all the time. Like I know you love me
She's
so
like,
much.
she's like temptation. You imagine us
No.
temptation
Oh,
is real, ladies.
no. I tell his man like we love each other. Have you guys ever thought about that? Like you love them so much, and you're like in this
feels too
love
good to be
bubble.
true.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you're like afraid that in 20 years it won't be like this.
Oh my god, yes.
Well, it's
Me
never
and him
gonna
always
be.
talk like that.
I think like that.
Like, because my parents went through a rough patch, like at 28 years, I think, around there. But it wasn't like a divorce thing. It was just like they were like struggling to communicate after so long, and they fell right back in love. It was just like a little few month thing. But I tell his mind all the time, and we always talk about this. Like we fear the unknown of the future.
I know what you mean.
Because we're so in love now.
And
I think people have to be open minded that it's not always going to be like that sprung era.
Yeah.
That like that's why it's a commitment. Like,
And you hear
you
about
have
like
to work through it.
You hear about how more people end up divorced than not, and you're like, wait a fucking minute, like this can't be us. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people our age that got married young, they didn't even make it the first year. So I feel like we're working towards a long marriage, and it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's not easy.
Compromise.
Like it's compromise, a lot of communication, and a lot of arguments. But like the good has to always overpower the bad.
I feel like every relationship has gone through its rocky stages.
Yeah,
like if it
100%.
hasn't happened now, girly, it eventually will at some point because we're all human. We're all gonna have disagreements, but there's like this scientific thing where they prove
This 7 years.
yeah, like if you've made it past this amount, you're most likely gonna make it a lifetime.
I think it's
Crazy.
7 years, right?
Like
Yeah,
together
yeah,
or
yeah.
married.
I think it's like
You
the
know,
married
I
thing.
want to say marriage because there's a big difference if you're not living together after
Yeah.
you get married. It's
Well, I think
huge.
just in general.
I
living together.
openly talk about how the first year was so like dramatic. It was such a dramatic lifestyle change. You go from living alone, well, not living alone, but like sleeping alone. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
comparing, you know, I'm not saying like, oh, like literally, you know, but yeah,
Yeah.
like you don't live together. So it's like, yeah, you have a whole human living with you now, and it's like completely
It's
changed.
different, yeah.
Everyone I've talked to talks about my mom. Like recently, she randomly told me, she's like, yeah, like the first year was a little rough. She told me, she's like, how was your first year? I'm like, that's so funny that you're telling me this because I've literally had this talk with my friends about the first year being like, it rocks you a little bit. You're like,
rocks
oh
you.
shit, this is marriage. It's not at all like when you were dating.
No.
super different.
Or in general, like I mean, because not everybody who's not everyone gets married. Just,
That's what
just
I was
living
saying,
together
yeah.
in general.
Living together.
I think that's what
But
really gets you to
Do
know them.
you believe that living together is different from living together and being married? Do you think something
There's
changes?
people. I feel like there's people that don't want to get married, and like
Yep.
they have their partner who like
Lifelong
I
life.
see them as like a married couple in my eyes. I'm like you're
Yeah.
literally like somebody
Because there's people that don't want to be married. They don't want.
Yeah, there's
they
people
don't
who
think
don't.
they need that. They just
Yeah.
have a long life partner.
Yeah, I think it's like
I
how
think
you
that's right,
see
yeah.
it, like your views. Like,
Yeah.
for me, I told Brian from the beginning, like my goal was to like get married. That's just
Yeah.
and he knew that he had to propose first before I even moved in with him.
Yeah.
But everybody has different beliefs, some people just see like marriage in something but a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's funny. I saw on TikTok actually like a couple of days ago. They were talking about it's nothing but a piece of paper, and someone commented like, "Well, if it's just a fucking paper, then sign it." The fuck, if it's just a paper,
I think you don't have
then
to
sign the
believe-
fucking
Yeah.
paper.
More than a paper.
I feel like you don't.
But
have,
it's way more than that. Obviously, to my eyes, it's way more.
Yeah,
than a
for
paper.
us who've chosen marriage, we know that
Exactly.
in our hearts, what we
the way
believe,
It's
we
special.
believe, yeah.
what we believe. Yeah, but there's other
Yeah.
people that don't care for it, and that's okay.
Yeah,
like
and that's
everybody
okay,
has
too.
their own, journeys.
On a more positive note, well, is it a positive note?
It's just like a little mental check-in.
Yeah, a little mental check-in. Like, the year's coming to an end. How have you guys been mentally? Because I know we all have our own like little struggles and stuff. And I know you were talking about earlier about anxiety.
You were talking about anxiety. I think we should talk about that because that's really important.
I feel like it's a side of me that a lot of them don't know. Probably. I mean, you guys know because you're my best friends, and for years I've dealt with it. And like, obviously, the people who know are my close friends, my family, and some coworkers. But other than that, I feel like a lot of people don't know that side of me, and it's really, really hard because it's a big part of me, even if I don't want to like admit it. Sometimes when you're trying to control it or exit it from your life, you don't try not to acknowledge it, but it's there and it's a struggle. And I've had a really, really hard week. Sometimes I have great months, and sometimes I have, and by great months I mean like I'm controlling it, like because it's always like, it's almost like it's a daily struggle, it's a daily fight, and I just don't know how that day is gonna go, and that's why I always tell these men like, wow, like I always get messages from people saying, wow, you're so confident, I love how you are, and little do they know, like sometimes I feel like I'm dying inside, and it's not that I'm not that confident, happy person, because that's who I am. Like I'm a Leo, like I'm social, I love people, and I love talking, and I love conversations, and I love being loud and happy. That's who I am. I love life, but it's almost like I have this like battle with another side
There's
of me that's
something-
not me, but it's holding me back. Like it's constantly holding me back.
Yeah, there's like
So-
a big part of you that a lot of people don't know about, and
Yeah.
that is your struggle with anxiety.
Yeah, and I have like severe trait anxiety, so it like manifests every day. It's
Severe
almost
what,
like severe trait anxiety. It just means like it's like a chronic. It's like always there. It's not like, oh, I got anxious for a test. It's like it's like a part of your being.
I feel like that's one of those things that people that don't know too much about anxiety, they think like, oh, I have anxiety because I get anxious or I get nervous when this or that. But
No,
it's
yeah.
so different.
Super different.
Like to have actual chronic anxiety where it's literally like controlling your life. People
Taking
don't
over your
know.
life, yeah.
Like there's, and I'm sure there's gonna be people that relate to that a lot. But there's
Yeah.
also a lot of people that don't know about that, and it's like really important to.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God, Elizabeth.
I did not want to cry.
Oh my God, Elizabeth.
It's not that I think it's
serious.
It's the realization that that's your life, and that other people, and I don't like to say this because I'm blessed and I know God always has my back and he's always with me, but sometimes I can't help myself but to envy others, and just like the fact that, and I sound selfish all the time. I tell you, man, like, why am I saying that and complaining when I have so many things and other people are going through worse? I know that, but like, mine's still valid. Like I feel like I'm
Your feelings are
trapped
valid.
in my head,
Mental health is so big.
and it's like so bad. Like it really does ruin sometimes your life. Like I feel like it holds me back. I could be great. I always tell his man I could be so great at everything. I could do more to this world. I could provide more. And I can't when it's holding me back so badly.
You feel like it holds you back in certain aspects.
Yeah, like last time I was texting you when I was having a really bad mental breakdown. A lot of the times I just feel like angry and envious because I just realized, and I stopped. I was quiet in my office and I realized, like, damn, Elizabeth, like I was like thinking to myself, I was like, damn, like I feel bad for you. Like you don't even remember. Like I was telling myself, I was like, you don't even remember what it feels to be normal.
Oh my God.
Like, will you ever feel like that again? Because I was looking around me like I was in a meeting and everybody was calm. They were like paying attention. They were like just looking straight. And I'm like feeling like I'm dying in the meeting because I'm anxious, right? In the meeting. Like my breathing's heavy. My anxiety manifests itself physically. So I feel like physical symptoms. And a lot of people deal with it differently. Some people deal with it mentally more than physically. Some people do both. Like I have both. But mine really, really strongly manifests itself from the beginning. Like through mental feelings and sensations that are not there. But I make them I make them real.
Oh my God.
So like I could feel like maybe at the moment I didn't feel like my arm was shaking and it wasn't, but my nerves, my mind like, eventually starts making it shake.
I wanted to, like, I guess for someone who's never like, who's oblivious completely to anxiety, like
Yeah.
what is like, if someone asks you like, what is anxiety? Like what would you describe like a little, like just to tell someone who maybe will hear that and be like,
Anxiety. What is anxiety?
Comes in all forms.
Like it comes in all shapes, forms, sizes, feelings, emotions. All I could say is that anxiety is different for everybody. It's a different struggle for everybody, but anxiety for everybody is sadness, fear, confusion, a lot of almost like you feel like it's a lot of time wasted. Yeah, because you're so focused in this thing that's not letting you live, and then you're like, "Fuck, 2 days passed." You know,
And you're thinking like, I let this consume my day.
yeah.
You feel like you're trapped.
Because a lot of people don't know what anxiety is. Can we also bring that up? Because like,
I mean,
a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you were the first person I heard of anxiety in high school. You know about like being anxious and stuff, but like I didn't think I knew the actual word anxiety. I actually don't think I knew the actual word till recently, but I knew you suffered from like anxiety attacks and panic attacks and stuff like that. So we knew like in high school, we started seeing it with you, and it's crazy. That's why I was curious on like, there was like some sort of trigger, because it was like it almost felt like it was like from one day to another where it was like. We started seeing this like this changing you. Yeah.
So basically, the nervous system is one of our strongest systems in our body. Like, it's able to control many parts of and aspects of your body. It could be emotion, digestive. The nervous system is what helps your body just be. So if there's a breakage or a trigger or a shaking of your nervous system where it's like uncontrolled, it has a lot of effects. So when I was in high school, I felt like when I was going to graduate, I was 17. I remember going to my orientation for college, and I was so happy, but suddenly I had a really bad mental, like, I didn't know what it was at the time. I just knew I was feeling something so weird that I had never felt, and I would throw up of it just thinking about it. It was like this fear, this anxiousness inside. I didn't even know what it was. Anxiety. Like, I didn't know it was anxiety. I just felt weird.
You feel like this, like, sorry to cut you off, but I feel like the best way to describe, like, at least like an anxiety attack, I feel like it's almost like all of a sudden it's almost like impending death, right? Like
impending death or loss of control. Like, you can't control your thoughts or anything.
You literally don't even know what's going on. You just know something's wrong.
You know something's wrong for sure. So I didn't know where it had came from, because I went to the emergency room. Like, they called the ambulance and everything. They thought I was having an allergic reaction, and I couldn't breathe. Experience? My first attack. I was 17 and I was at Cal Poly, and they picked me up. EpiPen? Yeah. They gave me like 4 EpiPens at Pomona Valley. I don't know why, but like, I was dizzy for like a year. Wasn't? They told me they could have gave me a heart attack and all this stuff. Like,
what? It's not funny, but like, whenever he tells this story, I'm like, how the fuck did so many medical professionals give you so many EpiPens? Like, they could have really hurt you.
Yeah, they could have killed
what the fuck?
Cardiac arrest.
Like, what?
No, but
girl, you're like, and that's when my anxiety began, bitch. Like, dude.
And I remember going to the ER all the time because I felt my face was moving. My stomach was all over the place. I remember I was throwing up every day. Just of sadness. I would cry, and I felt this uncontrol in my head, and I wanted my parents to just hug me. I was 18.
Can I say something?
I just wanted them to hug me. I felt unsafe.
It's kind of crazy that you're mentioning all this, that after that you started feeling all this anxiety, because from what I've heard of the EpiPen, the side effects are anxiety. And 4 EpiPens, bitch.
But I was already anxious. That's what happened that day. I was already having a panic attack.
Already having one.
Yeah. But do I feel like it triggered it worse? Yes. But
I could see
was already. Well, this is the thing that I was really struggling for many years after that, back and forth to the ER, like driving to the ER just because I just could not take a breath. Like, my breathing was just not there. I had to carry alcohol. In my mind, I felt like I was dying. So I thought the alcohol was going to keep me alive. That's literally what I thought. It does kind of
ground you a little bit, huh? When you like.
So I would throw it in my face, ER, check me, I'm dying. They were like, you need to relax. You're 100% healthy. Your heart's fine. They would show me my heart. Your lungs are fine. You're getting air. And I was like, there's no way. Like, I'm dying. So one time, when this like makes me really emotional, because I was young and I didn't get it. Like, if I could tell myself something back in the day, it would be like, it's barely starting, girl.
Dude, it's fucking like, that could literally take control of someone's life. Yeah. And I don't think people understand, like, when they hear the word anxiety, that don't know how serious it is. Like, it literally like there's people that can't even function. Like they
Yeah.
can't even work because it gets so bad.
I don't know.
It takes over you.
But this one time I went to the ER and there was a doctor and he was an emergency doctor. Like I'm never going to see him again. Like he just sat down with me. He was like, "You're so young." He was like, he sat down next to me and he was like, "Let me tell you something. Anxiety has the power to end you." He told me like that. He's like, "I've seen it happen. I've been a doctor for 20 years. He's like, "Do you believe in God?" He told me that.
Wow.
I was like, "Yeah, I do." He was like, "I would suggest that you hold on tight to him. Be prepared to lose everybody in your life.
Oh my God,
Your
don't say
boyfriend, your friends. Be prepared to lose them because there's a possibility that in your journey, they might not understand and they're going to leave. Like, but you have to focus in your relationship. And that's why I tell you, hold on to God. Like, I'll never forget that. He's like, everybody might leave, but he won't. He won't leave you. And it was a
Wow.
doctor telling me that. And I was so
my
confused.
God.
I was like, what? Because all I felt at that time was physical stuff.
You were still trying to process like, what is this?
The mental was not there yet.
Yeah, you were
was-
like, I'm fucking dying.
I
What do you
was
tell me? I hadn't
physically,
clicked yet.
no, I was like
my
confused. A week later, bitch, I'm laying down and I understood exactly what he meant. Because he told me it was coming. Like, this is how it starts: physical, throwing up. It's an imbalance in your nervous system. And a week later, I got up and I started crying. And I felt this feeling. I call it a bajón. I don't know if people with anxiety might understand it. Un bajón.
Yeah.
I felt this. I didn't even know how to explain it. Like,
Were you
this sadness. No, I was just
Okay.
thinking this sadness, this fear, all at once, like this loss, feeling lost in life, and feeling like nothing I would think about was happiness. It was just straight up.
A bajón is
sadness.
basically like when you feel like you're like it's coming, right?
A
Like
bajón
you're
is
like,
it's there
here.
already. It's
Yeah.
there. Nothing in the world. I could think about Nestor. I could think nothing's going to make me happy. It's this hole of darkness. And I ran to my dad and I was like, "Dad, I'm going crazy." Like I was like, "Dad, help me. Like, something's happening." And he was like, "It's okay." And I was screaming like I'm going to literally go insane. Like, this is going to be me. Like, I'm going to be in a manicomio. I told him, like, I'm going to go insane. Like, sorry for crying so much. Oh my God.
No, you're.
This is something so real.
And he was like, "Mika, cálmate." Like, I literally in that moment for the first time realized like the journey I was going to take was not going to be easy. Like, I realized like that moment, I was like, damn, this is anxiety. I was like so lost. I started praying. Like, I had never prayed like that. And my dad literally started crying and like, he's like, "I know what you're feeling." And he opened up to me about his journey with anxiety.
Wow.
And I had never known it.
Oh my God.
And that's when it clicked. I was like, oh my God, like my dad's had it. And he told me like about his journey and how he was like fine. And it gave me a lot of hope and it gave me a lot of faith. And it's been years later, and with my relationship with God, I went to a retreat, and it was so funny that I went to him like in a moment where I couldn't handle the physical symptoms anymore. So I told him like, "You're going to tell me today." I gave him an ultimatum. Like, I gave Jesus an ultimatum. Like, scary, right?
it's because sometimes you're so.
I was so
desperate
lost.
for,
Yeah.
like,
I was like,
an
if you don't
answer.
tell me today what I have, why I have it, like, I'm not going to believe in you. I told him, like, I want to know today. I want to hear from you today. Today or nothing. I was like, because I
at that
am
point.
desperate for you. I told him, like, I'm desperate for you. So that day, like, he gave me all the answers and he took me back to when I was a kid and he reminded me, he's like, "This is not new to you."
Oh.
And I was like, the moment of realization. I had felt this before when I was a little kid. And he took me back to me in classroom, like running out, like a little girl throwing up and feeling this exact feeling. And he's like, "Remember, you were a little girl, but you buried it for so long." And I feel like the school changed. Like, I'm going to college. I have my first serious boyfriend. Like, all that triggered it.
Oh my
Change.
God.
Change triggers it. So when I was 17, I thought, "Oh my God, I have anxiety. What is this?" But in that moment, God told me, like, you felt this before. And this is why. And he told me everything. And they like came back to me. I was an anxious little girl throwing up.
What? Wow.
Because of how something had happened. And I was like, and I buried her. And she's unburied today, girl. Because it triggered it.
Oh my God.
It's like a memory that you didn't even
A
know.
memory.
That kind of, you unlocked the memory.
I unlocked it. He unlocked it for me. But the last thing I told him was, because he told me I was special and that I was meant to go through this journey and that not everybody can. But I just told him, I was like, if it's a purpose for you and I have a purpose for it, then so be it. But just tell me if I'm going to be happy. Just give me that inch, like grain of salt of hope that I'm going to one day be happy. Just happy. And at that moment, he told me like I was going to be happy. And that's all I needed to keep going. So every time I'm feeling shitty and I'm at work and I feel like I'm going insane, I tell him, remember your promise to me. Like, Holy Spirit, remember what you told me. Like, I try to be my best, but please help me. And I feel this peace that the Holy Spirit brings over me. But it's not easy, you know?
It's crazy because I feel like most people who would meet you, like, they would never think it.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Elizabeth the other day, and she was telling me how you have, like, your tics where you're probably like doing something where you feel like you look anxious. And I'm like, it's crazy because I feel like we've known you for so long, and you are so well at like concealing that, like, I guess, like that dark side, that you're literally like, you walk into a room, the life of the fucking party.
And you know what's
like,
that makes me sad though, because that's how much it's in me already. Like, it's embedded in me. You get it? It's like I'm making it look natural now. But like I have tics in my head and things I do that I'm going through every second. And normal people, like, I'm envious because normal people are not going through that in their head. Like, normal, like for me, normal is always feeling shaky inside, or my brain like a whole shake on my right side, or feeling like tremble in my thumbs, or feeling like my throat is closing up. That's why I can't eat and talk at the same time. Or like feeling that I'm like moving, like my face is moving, but it's not physically moving. Or feeling like there's vibration in my ear. That's why I go like this. Like, that's one of my tics. Like, I'll blow. Or like I feel like I'm choking because I'm so anxious that my muscles in my throat are like condensed. And so I'm coughing. Little things like that. And I'm like, I do want people to see me cough, but they don't know. Like, I've even forgotten. Like, I feel 100 things. So sometimes I ask myself, like, I do tell myself, like, pobrecita, like, you're never going to remember like normal anymore.
No, I don't think like that. No, yeah, I was going to say, like, obviously, like, anxiety, like, I feel like people that don't know about it, they're naturally like, well, just don't have it. And it's like, and it doesn't work that way, like, it just doesn't work like that. I feel like people that haven't gone through it, they're like ignorant. You know what I mean? The brain is so powerful. It's so powerful. Fucking powerful. Like, how would you describe like what goes on, like in your mind when something that looks so calm, like to the viewers? For example, right now we're all just sitting here, and it's like we're just sitting here chilling, talking. Like, how would you describe a situation where everybody's like so calm? Like, what's going on in your head that they don't know?
Chaotic. Yeah. Like, even in just the setting, chaotic. Yeah. Because it's so calm that I can hear my heartbeat at all seconds. Whoa. Wow. Like, because I have tachycardia from my anxiety. So, like, I can hear it.
What's tachycardia?
I could feel, like,
your heart's beating a little fast.
Like, over 100 or something. I'm naturally at over 100. My resting heart rate is always 100. For sure.
And that comes from anxiety.
Like, or, like, the vibration from this being loud. Because I can hear you guys so loud. Vibration is like, I hear your voice and then boom, 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 boom. It's normal for me. It's just like a lot for my brain. I could hear every detail.
Do you feel like sometimes you could be very overstimulated?
I'm very overstimulated.
I think it's being overstimulated.
It's like being at a restaurant because I can hear you guys so close. At a restaurant, my husband's talking to me and all I hear is like, ching, the conversations. I hear them all.
Wow.
I hear the forks. Like, I hear the kids
drives
crying.
You like,
And my heart, dun, 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 and everybody, all the conversations at once, and it's like I start sweating and I just start getting dizzy, a lot of dizziness. That's why I always feel like I'm have my diabetes or something, but I don't. I just feel so dizzy. I feel to the point of like passing out, but I go outside, breathe, and it's gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Is there any like little tips that you may have learned throughout this journey that might help you, in a setting like being out, something that might help you like distract yourself and maybe not focus on all those things?
There's a lot of little tips.
Uh-huh.
Always face the direction that you won't see people in the restaurant. So like say there's tables, face the door instead of facing the people. And that's natural already for his mind. He'll be like, oh, he'll like turn around.
Wow. I've never noticed that.
Or face the wall. Perfect for me to face the wall.
It blows my mind, Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
It blows my mind like how well we know you, and we know about how severe your anxiety is. But the little things like that, like you avoiding like looking at a crowd, etc.
Like I'll never sit at a restaurant like staring at like the tables. Hell no, I can't do that. Wow. I'm already hearing them all.
You're already hearing it, and then seeing it, it's like overstimulation. Like,
and it's crazy because my vision will like go blurry. Like I'm completely, I can't get up.
Is there
like when I called you at work, I could not get up to get water. I'm like completely dizzy, like frozen. Right I'm frozen in my own head.
Wow.
So I need to cry it out. Tip for me: crying. I cry, guys, because it helped me to a level that I can't even explain. Like,
it helps, I think, like ground you, like
it helps me ground me. I like I cry all the time about frustration, but when it's really good when I have that angry growl, that angry cry where I'm laying in bed. I growl of anger. My things I don't know about my husband. My husband needs to lay down with me. He'll be like, "Come."
Sorry, I just thought about like literally.
No, like
calm.
No. No.
No. I'm sure that releases a lot of energy.
No, it's my head. Like will literally be like, "Come," like she needs to cry, or he'll be like,
"I'm so used to talking about sex with you that when you say the word come, it just." I'm so sorry.
No, like he'll be like, "You need to cry." Like he already knows when I need to cry, and like he'll just hug me and pray, and like and
thinking about it. Sorry, it was so compliment. She fucked me up. Because now I'm just thinking that shit. I'm so sorry. No,
that's hilarious.
I'm so sorry. No, yeah, everybody needs a good fucking cry.
But
all that energy.
But my best ones is when I'm like angry.
Stop. I can't even see you now. No, because she literally, after she said that, like that's all I'm thinking about that shit. My mind starts going there. No, I know it's like jokes and everything. But I would think also too, like it sounds crazy, but like I think like even sex would be like a good relief.
Girl, I ain't thinking about sex when I'm anxious.
Oh my god, you know what? That's true. That's like the last thing on your mind.
Girl, no.
It's probably a great
I have
way
to be under control when I have sex.
Because you have to be like in a different piece of mind.
No, girl. Yeah. When I'm anxious, there's like, I'm throwing shit out of anger. Like I can't believe this is my life.
Why is my mind going there? I can't do it. I'm sorry.
No, he'll be like, ven a llorar because you need to release it. And I honestly scream.
What? Oh my god, I'm not even fucking looking at you.
Now you'll imagine me squirting.
Literally. I feel like...
Never mind.
No, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I just need to get out of that fucking head. It was the cum that threw me off. Imagine like what?
Not me squirting and releasing this anxiety.
No. Okay, I'm sorry, girl. You could go back to that topic. That's I feel like our topics that we have are always like so like fucking hilarious.
I feel like you guys are so
get on that mode.
Even you guys are like my family, right? You guys are so close to me. I feel like you guys were just scared during one of my episodes.
Yeah,
it's bad. Like I'll scream out of anger, it's really bad. Like I'm screaming. It? No.
Oh my god, no. You know what?
I'm angry, but then I'll be good for like a few weeks. Yeah. After that big cry.
Do you feel like Do you feel like all the energy that comes out with that cry, all the emotions, like you're releasing a lot of like...
I release it by crying and by...
Oh my God. Why do I keep thinking about coming? Oh my God. I hate it because this is like such a serious... It really is. Like truly, like... I'm like...
You're like those people, like... I mean, I'm usually not like this, but... Like sometimes like those like very serious talks, you don't know how to react and you're kind of just like cackling.
No. I know exactly what's on my mind.
You're like, just that Elizabeth coming. You know?
No, I know exactly what's on my mind. Every time, like, you know, like she's talking about like how she's like, I have to release, like, I don't know why my mind's automatically going to a sexual thing and it shouldn't. Because we always have sexual conversations that like my mind automatically starts thinking like, I don't know why I'm so sorry. No, but you know what? I feel like literally like anybody could use a good cry. Like a good cry.
Yeah.
So think about it.
So crying, sitting in the right places at restaurants. There's so many things.
The alcohol pads.
The alcohol pads. Like if you feel like you're gonna pass out, like use the alcohol pads. Also like just going to a doctor, getting your regular routines, and feeling like comfortable.
I know like the ER is like super expensive, but y'all, like sometimes you just gotta make that sacrifice and just go to the ER for them to tell you everything's fine. Yeah. And I feel like even if it's for just like a temporary like few months, like that kind of helps ease your mind, right? Yeah. Where you're like, okay, I mean, I know I'm gonna be right back in the next weekend, but I know
it takes a long time for you to have heart disease.
Yeah, I've heard that.
A long time.
I've gone for like you know thinking
sometimes you'll tell me like a few weeks and you're like feeling something wrong. I'm like, Myra, yeah. Trust me, I learned the 10th time I went to the ER with them.
But you know what? Like, not to cut you off because I know you're still going, but like, if I ever feel like anxious, I tell Elizabeth because I feel like she's the only person that could understand me to that level.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even like, you know, I could say I deal with some anxiety, but I know like you deal with it very differently. Yeah. Like I can't even compare, but I know that like even if it's like something little that you're like fully understanding every scenario of it, you know?
I've had in my head every single medical problem. Yeah. In my head I've had it all. Like I will literally be like telling the doctor I have this and that, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Do you get a lot of intrusive thoughts with your anxiety where you're thinking like I could be living with this terminal illness I don't know about, or when you're thinking of like every time? Yeah,
I'm going through that now. It will take a toll. Wow. And the buildup of courage to go to the doctors again, it's draining. Mm-hmm. Like I know I have to go soon, but I just haven't built up enough courage. And like right now, it's a whole thing because you know how my yeast infection wasn't going away. It finally went a little bit away, but like I started thinking like, what if I have cancer? Like I've never got checked for cancer.
I know what you mean.
But like things like that I'm like intrusive thoughts always fear, intrusive thoughts of me like of being sick, like of never being completely okay. Like all that is like every day in my head.
Mm-hmm. Your brain is like running a million.
I'll wake up. And the fact, I thank God so much because people that are as bad as me, because I consider myself to be like under control because it's bad. Mm-hmm. But like right now, I felt like something in my brain and I'm like, I just have to like move differently. It's weird. And it's just the adrenaline like through my body, like making things tick, move.
I get it. And something about like a little like jump or something, you feel like that kind of like settles it a little bit. Like, you feel like you're like, okay,
Yeah, it's weird. But or like if I focus too much and I'm really passionate, I've noticed if I'm like talking about God or I'm really concentrating, like I'm dizzy because of how like much energy and adrenaline I build up.
You're probably so into the conversation that
my
you're not
adrenaline
even breathing.
Going up. I forget to breathe. It's crazy because I forget to breathe. Like it's crazy. But like honestly, like I like the fact that I work is really, really impressive for me because every morning I wake up and I fear like how I'm going to feel that day at work. Wow. I'm like, damn, I hope it's a good day today.
Wow.
Yeah. Because we have to remember like my coworkers don't know that side of me. They don't know that I'm going to the bathroom and cry and do things like that. Yeah. But you know, I have to keep pushing because if I don't fight for myself, nobody will. Mm-hmm. You know?
Wow.
Have you gotten like therapy or anything that might help?
Yeah, therapy helps a lot. I have a therapist.
Do you go often, or I don't know if you guys do FaceTime or what?
I used to go a lot. I kind of like when I'm good, I don't go a lot.
Yeah.
And then she'll email me like, "You have." I'm guessing you're good because you haven't came.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's really good. It's helpful. I feel like just venting. I feel like it's the same as venting. I'm going to a therapist is the same thing as if I'm like when I talked to you that day, like that was like my therapy. Like just talking about it.
Yeah.
And then talking to somebody that deals with it. Like my dad will be like, I have felt that like before.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, like I'm not fucking crazy. Like I am, but there's other people that are like me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with the venting thing. Obviously, we have completely different stories, but with me, like I just have to vent to people. Like anytime I'm feeling down or whatever. Like I said, it's very different stories. Obviously, it's hard to like obviously I don't want to say like I know what you're going through because like it's so different.
No, but it's the anxiety
like,
regardless,
with
you know?
any type of like anything that you're going through, venting just helps. Like you don't even necessarily have to go to a professional. I think like in general, naturally venting to your friends, to your family, that's your form of therapy.
You know what?
There's different forms.
I believe that.
Yeah.
You know what's like a huge stigma in our, I don't know if it's just like in our culture, but even like to me that I've learned a lot. Like, even when someone tells me this, I feel like it's almost like a question that when you ask somebody, it could almost come off offensive because sometimes it's like it's a really big stigma. Has anybody ever told you like, oh, like, have you thought about medication? You know, there's people that take medication. Because I feel like with like our culture, it's like such a big stigma. And I've noticed, I only say it because I've noticed like, I remember somebody asking me that question one time when I sometimes get anxiety. It's not on that level. And I feel like I have learned to control it all. I feel like it's not like too crazy. But I remember one time I had told somebody about it. Somebody I was working with. And she was like, have you ever thought about medication? And she said it so nonchalant. I almost like was like, huh? Why would you ask me if I thought about getting medication? Just because I feel like it's a big stigma like in our culture. But like the more I've looked into, you know, like people that even content creators that I watch and stuff, like or on TikTok and stuff, a lot of people take him. And I'm like, in our culture, it's seen as like not like a bad thing, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's a big stigma.
Yeah, it is.
Like when you hear, what do you think of that? Like, it's hard.
It's a controversial topic just because.
Very hard. It's really hard, huh?
In our culture, you're going to try it all the natural way before that because the medication, it's chemically created to like change chemicals in your brain from feeling sad, depressed, and a lot of those are linked. Like they're linked to worsening some things like suicide and stuff like that. So like it should be the last resort.
Hard.
It should be the last or for people who have psychiatric problems. I do believe like that will help them. Like, you know, schizophrenia, things like that. But when it comes to anxiety, I feel like it just depends. Like, if you're somebody who wants to give it a try because you just can't handle it anymore, like, then you don't lose anything by trying it out.
Yeah.
Me, personally, I can only speak for myself and my whole experience. I was always told no from my mom. Yeah. Like, no, because I have family. Like, I have a history of anxiety. And they will not leave that pill. Like, it's addicting. And I don't want to rely on a pill. I believe in the grace of God. And that's the only reason why I haven't. Because God is going to make it possible for me. Like, he's just going to find a way. Because for him, there's no impossibles. So I made it a deed to myself that I would not ever drink medication. But I just don't know about the future. I don't know what the future holds for me. I would hope that it's positive and more bright than my past because every year just gets better for me. It's always like that for me. I have a few good years where I can control it, and then I have like a really bad time.
And there's triggers too, I'm sure, in life.
Yeah, stress.
Do you even feel like
stress? I got really bad, like around like 3 years ago. Yeah.
Do you feel like even? I mean, shit, because I'm very like this. Like when the topic is talked about a lot, like if we're talking about it, you kind of start over analyzing everything. You're like, bitch, I'm feeling a little funny, or like, does it like? Do you feel like that enhances it?
No, I feel like I'm always feeling funny, but it's like it's not funny now. It's normal.
Like for myself,
Like when I'm
example,
too quiet, Myra, I dead ass. I'm scared when I don't feel anything. Sometimes, like when I'm like no buzzing, no shaking, no thumbing, no zing, no this, no that. I'm like I even check
my
my
God.
heartbeat. Like, am I breathing?
See, those are the moments maybe that you are like fully like zoned out, relaxed, and but you're not used to that anymore.
Is there a certain setting like in your mind that gives you like zen where you just feel peace?
That's a great thing that you
Yeah.
asked because Karina Garcia, anyway, every person with anxiety has comfort people and comfort places.
I think
And they'll understand me if you deal with anxiety. There is just something about a person with anxiety. There's always a comfort place or a comfort person. It could be persons. It could be plural. I swore up and down that I would never find the person to substitute the comfort I felt with my parents. So I would never in my head get married and have children. I gave up that in my head already when I was like 20 years old. And I was okay with it. I was like, you'll never be okay with somebody else. You're going to be home forever. Because you're safe there. Oh my God. So when I met Ismael and I felt comfort in him.
wow.
And he knew nothing about anxiety. I had to break it down to him. When he literally hugged me and said, like, I get it, even though I don't, like, I'll be here, I'll learn with you. And he became my comfort so quickly. I was like, wow, there's a future for me outside of my home.
He is your home.
He is my home. Wow. So I have a lot of separation anxiety from him.
Oh my God. And you know what? That just shows you that he is the one and he's the perfect husband, because with anxiety, like, I'm sure that's the biggest thing you need is someone who could understand you. And I'm sure that's like a make or break situation in a relationship. Like, if you don't understand my anxiety, like,
right,
how the fuck is this going to work out?
That's the biggest fear. That's like the question. Like, will I ever find somebody? Because honestly, my home used to be my couch. My comfort used to be that long couch I had my mom.
I remember, yeah. It was
I needed
your
to be
dad
there.
and the couch, right?
My dad and the couch.
I remember.
And it's crazy because if I was going to have a mental breakdown, I was going to have it there. Even right now, I will not have a mental breakdown here. I will be like, let's go home. I need to have it at home in my comfort zone.
Wow.
So, or if I'm having, there's times, Karina and Myra, where I'm at work and I feel like I'm going to drop dead any second. And I'm like, Ismael, please, where are you? Are you far away? Like, I just want him near. And there has been times he parks outside and I'm like,
wow,
I feel better because he's parked outside.
Oh my God,
because if I die, he's there.
Wow. Oh my God, Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's gotten that bad. Thank God it's good right now. Like, I'm controlled, but it does get like that. Like, well, I'm not gonna lie and sit here and be like, I'm perfect. Like, I'm always confident. No, like, there's times my husband is working and he has to drive to the front of my job because I just feel like I want to die in his presence.
Oh my God. Wow. No, I think people are gonna watch this and be like, they're gonna be like, whoa, I never knew this side of her. Yeah, like, this is a real thing that Elizabeth deals
we've
with
known
all
that
the
you
time.
dealt with this, but we haven't heard it in detail.
People
like
are gonna be
like
shocked. People are gonna be fucking shocked.
Yeah,
because it's such a big thing in people's lives. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's amazing how well you conceal it. Like, you literally like are the life of the party. You walk in and it's like a good time.
But how many times do I ask you, Karina, can I drink if I drank this medication?
Yeah, that's true.
Can I drink if I just drink a Tylenol? Can I drink? Will I die? I'm Googling. If I drink an ibuprofen 8 hours ago, how long does it, what's the half-life of that?
And I'll be like, Elizabeth, you're
my
fine,
head is like going.
I was about to ask, you brought up the medication. I know you drink Tylenol daily. Does that have connect with your anxiety?
I don't drink Tylenol daily anymore, thankfully. I've been Tylenol free of dailiness from like 8 months now.
Oh, that's good.
It was a time where it was really bad because there was a time I had headaches and I went and I told them I had a brain tumor.
Oh my God.
So I had a whole CT scan.
Really be making you feel like,
I literally was shaking. Ismael was hugging me. I was so anxious waiting for my results. I couldn't handle it. I was like, somebody call a doctor and tell him to look at my scan now. Yeah. Because I'm about to drop. Ismael's hugging me, and the doctor's like, "It looks fine." She ran in it inside, like she knew I was having a heart attack, sorry, a panic attack. And she was like, "It's
your
fine."
head, you are
She
having a
was
heart
like, "The
attack.
brain looks fine. The fluids in the brain are fine." She's like,
Oh my
"Relax," and she
God.
gave me a tranquilizante because I was that
it
scared.
really be happening, huh? When you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to drop
So
dead.
guess what was giving me headaches?
What was
I went to the doctor and he was like, you drink Tylenol every day?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Tylenol is causing your headache."
Oh, no way.
He's like, "When it gets to a
the
certain
reverse
level,"
psychology. Imagine.
he was like, "it will cause headaches, long-term chronic headaches."
And I thought
he's
you were
like,
dehydrated.
"You need to," and that too. I drink a lot of water. Stop taking Tylenol. Drink a lot of water. He's like, "Así te revuelques el dolor de cabeza. Don't drink the Tylenol."
Oh my God.
I was holding my fucking ovaries for like 3 months until it went away.
Dude, that's
you know what I
crazy.
think
And
it
I
was
will
too?
drink Tylenol right now for my cramps and stuff, but only like one day.
And I feel like at that point, when you were taking it daily, because I know there was a point you told me you were taking it daily. At that point, you know, now realizing that was probably your comfort of knowing, like every day, like, okay, I'm taking it. It's gonna take my headaches away. It's gonna take these
Oh
feelings
my
that I'm gonna
God.
feel away.
I was
Yeah.
like that. I was like that with aspirin for a little bit. Because I always,
Because you guys think
Health
that it's going to
anxiety.
unclog you, huh?
I have
You guys have that part
my
of aspirin
anxiety
in your head.
manifests
I get,
in
heart
anxiety.
anxiety.
The twins are that we putting on the blast are the type to think that an aspirin a day is going to unclog their arteries, and it could,
I know.
but they don't have clogged arteries.
No, I definitely don't take it daily like that.
I used to.
No,
Karina,
if I have
I used
anxiety,
to.
if I have anxiety and I'm feeling like something funny on my chest,
Yeah.
I'll pop an aspirin because I think it'll help. But I'm not like in the phase of where I have to take it daily.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I would. I think in my brain, right,
used
when
to,
I'm
'cause
having anxiety, that it's gonna like help it in that moment.
I would have like, any little feeling in my chest. I feel like that's how my anxiety manifests is like with health and in my sleep, which is really weird.
oh my god, I get
Because
those, Karina.
it happens to me like nightly. Well, Raul tells me like, and I know because I'll wake up and I'm like, like literally, like
Full,
I'm like
like,
I'm about to.
impending
I've
death.
literally woken up. I will literally like tell Raul word for word, like I'm about to die. Like yeah, I feel like I'm literally about to drop dead. I'm not breathing, and I'm like I'm breathing, but I'm not, and like I literally feel like
I
I'm going
get
to
those
die
at night.
And I know because I've only had anxiety attacks. Like I could count the times I've had them. Like when I'm like aware, like this, like during the day, and it's that exact feeling, but at night, and you wake up and immediately lost. I'm gonna die. Like
You don't know
But
who
you-
you
fucking
are,
horrible.
or-
You know what it could
Oh, I
be
hate
too,
it.
Karina?
I get that too.
I know Myra said that she's got that. You know what it could be too? That you forgot to breathe. And so your
Probably.
brain doesn't have oxygen. So you wake up panicked, like you're fogged out. And so you're anxious about it.
I know what you
Because
mean.
I felt that too before.
For a while. I thought it was like sleep apnea, but I don't know because like even people who like I went to Mexico recently, and even like my nieces were like, you wake up every day and like lose it. Like literally every night I would wake up. I start like
Every
freaking
night?
in panic. And it's not like I don't know what sleep apnea would feel like, but this is like a panic where like the anxiety where you're like, I'm about to drop dead. Like my
Yeah.
heart's about to just stop beating like any second now.
And you
And
actually
I'm
wake
losing
up
my
with your
shit.
heart like extremely racing, like you
Like
feel that shit
about to
coming out.
jump
have
out of
felt
my
that.
chest.
Yeah. And you know how you said bajon? That's exactly what I feel when I wake up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel
Exactly
this
that.
instant bajon, and it just wakes me up, and I'm like in complete shock. I have to come to my senses of who I am as a human, where I'm at. And once it clicks, I'm like, I'm fucking dying or I'm dead. My soul's just wandering.
That happens to me
Yeah.
too at night. It's
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
That happens
And
to me at
get
night.
it.
and I honestly can't fucking control it. I literally like there's no way of controlling it. Like
I think for me, it's 'cause whenever I'm not sleeping enough, it happens. It's almost like there's an adrenaline in my body from being so tired that it's like, oh,
I feel like
it
it might be some adrenaline coming in, but yeah, like it's not for me. It's not like every single day, but it's common. It's often.
It could have to do with your guys' sleeping schedules.
Could be.
Because they
But-
do say that sleeping is important, but
literally, Elizabeth. Like, thank you for opening up about this.
Yeah, that was.
This is first of all, like, this is really putting down your walls and being vulnerable
Yeah.
to talk about such a serious thing that, like, typically, how you said, like, a lot of people don't even know you have this.
yeah.
And people need to talk about this more. And I told Elizabeth, I was like, you should talk about it on TikTok because I feel like TikTok always reaches the right audiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like,
I've been telling her I want to start TikTok just to talk to people and to kind of like have an open platform where all of us could come together and like just talk about our experience, what we're feeling. Like today I felt this. Has anybody felt it? Like just an open space to talk and have a conversation about anxiety. That's what I want right now on TikTok.
I think you would reach all the right people, and people would be like, oh my gosh, there's people that don't even know what anxiety is. And I feel like I think it's amazing how nowadays like everybody's so open about mental health. Like years ago, to even discover like what the fuck is going on in your head, like I'm sure you were like losing your mind, like what is wrong.
Yeah.
And now I feel like a lot of people like talk about it, so you kind of, you know, everyone's so, or like how everybody's so open about mental health now.
Yeah.
Because even just like 10 years ago, like
Yeah.
if you're dealing with that, you don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Guys,
It's crazy.
Yeah, thank you for
I
opening
just
up.
want to say something real quick. Check on your loved ones and check on your friends because mental health is real and
Serious. Too.
it happens to the person you least expect it to happen to. And it sometimes could be something embarrassing to talk about, so they won't speak up about it, or they're confused themselves as to what they're feeling. So I'm really big on checking in on people because you just never know. You just never know. Like, also, guys, I don't want to cry. I'm literally so fucking emotional right now. Like,
This is
sorry, guys. I just had a really bad week. That's why I probably cried a lot.
It's
But
okay, Elizabeth. It's okay. This is a safe place to cry.
I'm literally
Like,
cringing at myself. Like, why?
It's okay. Girl,
And
the times we've cried on this podcast, this is a place to be real and be yourself 100%, girl. It's okay.
Just be kind, guys. Because whatever you bring to the universe, it'll come back to you. Like, I always, like, if there's a, like, you have the power to make somebody smile that day. Like, I literally told this to my sister. We went to eat tacos this weekend.
Queen.
And I just said good morning to everybody I saw. We were buying a coffee and there was homeless outside and they were just looking down. And I was like, good morning. And there was, he looked at me in so much disbelief that I had spoke to him.
Oh my God.
And
my
I was
heart,
like,
dude.
just out like, make sure you're always acknowledging somebody's there.
Radiate
like
positivity.
Like he looked at me and said, good morning. And he smiled. Like, I was thinking, when was the last time somebody spoke to him? Like, acknowledge that he was a human being right there.
My heart,
So
dude.
sad.
And I'm just like, be kind. Like, it's that simple. Be kind to others. Like,
You don't know what
and-
someone's going through in here.
yeah. And don't always put a wall up with like mental health. Like, try to educate yourself about it so that you could help somebody in your life, because I assure you, we all have one person in our lives that has like something mentally going on, and maybe they don't admit it yet, or they're just struggling with it. But honestly, check on people. That's all I can say.
Definitely.
And I'm sorry, guys, for crying so much today.
Don't be sorry, girly.
This is a real deep episode, but it's gonna touch a lot of people, and it's gonna especially people that are going through the same thing. They're gonna feel heard. So thank you, girl.
Yeah, no, thank you for opening up, girl. I know that was really difficult. It's a difficult topic, you know?
It's a very difficult topic that but that a lot of people could relate to. A lot more people than you think, because I'm sure a lot of times you could feel alone.
Yeah.
And I feel like
A
you're gonna be
lot
shocked to
of the
see like
times.
how many people are gonna be like, I've been through that too, you know?
Yeah, they're living.
Every
exact
time I
same
cry
life.
to his man, I tell him that's like my thing, my phrase. Like, I feel so alone. And he tells me like, well, you're not. You have me, you have all the people in your life. Like, you're not alone, you know? So if you ever want to send me a message, I try my best to reply. And honestly, you feel like you're going insane, I will try my best to hear you out and just conversate with you if you're going through something.
Let's end this on a positive note. You know, holidays are around the corner, and we actually wanted to play a game where we finish the lyrics
To holiday,
to holiday, of course,
Songs.
holiday music.
That's what it's called, right? Finish the lyrics?
like finish a lyric? Yeah,
Finish
yeah.
the lyrics,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
And this episode, guys, is pretty long. I know you guys have all been asking for it, so here it is.
Here you go, 2 hours. What's up?
Okay, should I start?
Yeah, who wants to start? You want to start?
Okay,
go ahead.
but
Is it
anybody
no, this way? Clockwise or
like clockwise, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mi burrito sabanero voy camino de Belén.
Con mi burrito sabanero voy camino de Belén. Si me ven, voy camino de Belén.
Si me ven, voy camino de Belén.
Con mi burrito voy cantando.
I think that's all I know.
Yeah. Tuki tuki.
Tuki, tuki, ta.
I was like,
Mi burrito
que ella
vamos a
sabe
ver
a Jesús.
I love it. I love it.
Are we singing the whole song? It was
Because Myra's already.
I think until someone just doesn't know. Okay,
let me see. Okay, let me see.
who's next?
I'm nervous.
Oh, is
you
it
go.
clockwise?
You go.
Okay. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. How much fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun. Is it the same thing? It is to ride in a
Horse open sleigh. Hey.
I don't know.
Dashing through the snow.
Hey,
dancing all the way.
she's like,
Oh shit! Out of all the songs, I can't think of one.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
and the fire so delightful.
And when it comes, let it snow,
Hey, let it snow. Let it snow.
No, it goes, and something else went
And
to go.
The weather outside
Outside
is
is
Sounds
frightful.
like
and
that.
the fire so
It's
the-
delightful.
and we, though
Damn,
we,
bitch, I already
and
know.
though we know place to go,
that's what it was.
let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. That's not right.
Okay, so that was that.
What's
So that
another
was.
one? Go ahead.
Is your turn, no?
I
Oh, it's my
haven't
turn.
done it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Pero mira cómo beben los peces en el río. Pero mira cómo beben.
A ver a Dios nacido.
Beben y vuelven a beber.
Los peces en el río por ver a Dios nacer. ¡Ah! That's a good one.
Period. Okay, another round.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Only a hippopotamus will do. That's all I want, a hippopotamus.
That's
Shit.
actually the only lyrics I know. I
Oh,
want a
okay.
hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh, thank God.
I don't fucking know it.
Is it your turn?
Is it my turn? Oh shit, it is. Oh my god.
Con mi burrito.
Did we see that
Did we see that one?
Oh, that was the first one.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
OMG.
The one that you like, the reindeer grandma? Yes.
Oh yeah. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Walking home from our house Christmas Eve.
You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but he killed my grandma. I'm just kidding. That's basically what it says.
She got ran over by a reindeer. Let me talk
And it's over, brother.
You know what? I'm gonna end it right here. What's up with that demonic song?
I used to think it was so jolly, and then you actually hear the lyrics, and you're like, it's talking about her, Christmas morning, they find her
They
body.
found her in the scene Christmas morning.
Yeah, like why?
She's dead.
And they believe there's such thing as Santa because he killed her.
And they're talking about, like, we're all wearing black because she's dead and shit. Like,
Yeah, it's like a fucking
It's kind of weird though.
traumatic
You
song.
hear it and it says that Grandpa's doing great, like watching football.
with
Yeah.
Cousin Mel or some shit.
Yeah,
I'm
it's like a fucking crazy song all around.
Let me
I don't
find out
know.
Cousin Mel and this Grandpa have something to do with
Grandpa's
this.
looking a little sus. Sorry. He needs to go in for an interrogation.
Like
part.
why? That's hilarious.
Liza Peach, this was so fun. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me, like always.
I know
Thank you,
this
thank you,
didn't
thank you.
go as planned as the Friends Miss that we had planned out,
Yeah.
but tis the season, y'all.
It
Tis
was still
the season
Friends
to be
Miss.
jolly.
You know what? It's always good to have these deep conversations. Like it
always
always
good.
feels nice. It's kind of like our form of therapy with our own friends.
Yeah,
I like
for
them a
sure.
lot. I like
We
them.
really be talking for hours. Oh my god.
I'm
The
here for
producer's
it.
probably like, shut the fuck
She's
up,
trying
everybody.
to go home, y'all. Let's wrap
She
it up.
is.
She's like, I'm off the fucking clock already.
Anyways, guys, Merry Christmas to you and your families.
Merry Christmas, girlies.
you guys.
Because I probably won't be on until like the next year,
Season
isn't it?
2. Oh my god, I know we have one more season. I mean, one more episode. But
Period.
thank you, Liza Peach, for coming in, and thank you. I was gonna say thick miss what? Thank you to you guys for tuning in and always sticking around. We'll see you guys episode 40. We love y'all.
We love y'all. Bye.